What is up, guys? Kevin here, bringing you a new video today where I wanted to talk about something that I have made a video about before. Black Mirror, a show that I watched the new three episodes of, as well as the movie Bandersnatch. I wanted to talk about my thoughts on these new episodes, as well as Bandersnatch, as I did make a video about all the episodes of Black Mirror before, but you know, that was when these new episodes in movie weren't out yet. So I wanted to talk about all of those, I guess, and what I thought about them, and I guess like how they fit in here, and where I would like include them, I guess, on the list. Off the top of my head, I don't know where I will place them, but I'm just going to give like a general like idea of where they would go. But yeah, let's get into it. So like three new episodes came out. First of all, I'm going to talk about those first. Three new episodes came out for season five. Um, season five, or is it season six? I think it's season five, right? It's season five. Okay, sorry, sorry about that. But yeah. So season five. Three pretty good episodes, I would say. Let's dissect each of them though. So the first one is okay. Well, for me, the first one I watched them like from top, like bottom up. So like I don't know if Striking Vipers was first or the Mary, Rachel, Jack, and Ashley 2 was first, but either way, um, I'm gonna do Rachel, Jack, and Ashley 2 first. I have to say, out of all of them, Rachel, Jack, and Ashley 2, I would have to say is the best one. I just I love the song in it that Ashley O sings, and that's just like such a great song. It's kind of low key like a bop, even though like it's like supposed to be like ironic that like this is like a really like poppy song that like it's like why is she listening to that in the show like Jack is like, ooh, get that weird stuff out of here, like kind of thing. But like at the same time, it's like, oh my god, this is like such a great song, and like, but like that's besides the point. Like, anyways, like Miley Cyrus in this is so incredible. Like, I love her acting in this, and like the different ways that she portrays herself, and she's also the voice of like this robot who's like got like a mind of its own, and like is like limited in cognitive abilities at first, but like once they like unlock her cognitive abilities, she becomes more like just like her, which is like so weird and cool at the same time. But anyways, it's got a really good theme to it that talks about like the theme of how the music industry can be very pressuring with trying to get people to like act a certain way and constraining them to like just be this particular type of person, or just like display themselves this way, otherwise like they're not going to do well. And if they start to go against that grain, they'll get like punished for it, which is kind of extreme, but like that can be kind of a reality at times. The music industry, with like producers and like directors and managers and whatnot, can be very controlling with that, with how they want artists to put out music. And I think that's very relevant, and it's with the way it went in that episode. It was pretty extreme, because she went into a coma, and they ended up like using her brainwaves to like make a song from like her dreams, which I guess theoretically you could do that, like, but like holy shit, like that is like really harsh, like just like abusing somebody in a coma, like just to make songs for them, and then they can like manufacture like this hologram for them who can like basically emulate her, and just like, okay, like that's crazy. But like, I love the characters in it, like Rachel, she was really cool, good character. And then like Jack, she was like the rebellious one who was like not wanting like any of Rachel's crap about this whole Ashley 2 thing, and just wanted to be like old school, and didn't want any of this new modern stuff, and didn't like how like Ashley 2 is being like the way like she had that robot and she's like, ew, get that out of here. Like, and that in some ways that's like me, but at the same time I'm also Rachel because I love on a roll. It's a great song, but like at the same time I'm also Jack because I'm like, what the hell is this robot doing? Like, why are you letting it like consume your life, and why are you like letting it like basically like take over you by making you think you're talking to Ashley O, and like so that's kind of cool. And like she mentions like artists like Sonic Youth and the Pixies. Like I actually recognize those artists, believe it or not. But like I don't listen to them, but I recognize them. But yeah. Anyways, getting to my point, like it's a great story about how she progresses and things take a turn for the worst, but in the end, like her her fan Rachel comes to help her because her robot becomes like fully cognizant just from like plugging a wire in her, which is kind of like okay, I mean that seems kind of like simple just to do that, like okay, but anyways, like she just clicks something and then she becomes like cognizant or whatever, and then like the one thing that I did have to criticize for it is like that like Ashley too tried to like kill her like towards the end, like by unplugging her life support, and then like she was like dead, but then she like came back alive. So I was like, why did that happen? Like it feels like that happened just because the plot wanted it to. I feel as though like how do you justify like someone who you unplug their life support for, and then the whole like the like a straight line, and then all of a sudden she's alive. Like what? Like, okay, but like it has a great ending to it and really intense with trying to basically save Ashley O, like her career and herself, from like dying, as well as like bringing her career back, which is just like so cool. And like Black Mirror is notorious for not always having good endings, and two out of three of these episodes had good endings. So this was one of them that had a good ending, and I really, really enjoyed it. But like, and like, she basically like gets her creative freedom and changes like her style of music, which is great. Like that's great for artists to be able to do that. Like I love that symbolism that like, if you're an artist, you should be able to, have that creative freedom to make your music however you want it to. Um, so yeah, that was a really good episode. The next episode is Smithereen. Smithereen, it's either called Smithereens or Smithereen. I think it's called Smithereen. Um, Either way, it's an interesting one, I suppose. Pretty intense with some good action. With this guy taking this guy hostage, basically taking this guy hostage who works at Smithereen, this social media company, just so he can talk to the CEO of Smithereen, this company, just so he can tell him about his like problems, which is just kind of like, really, dude, like you had to just talk to just the CEO about this, like holy crap, like you are like the most self-centered individual in the universe, like I'm sorry that like yes you did want to like kill yourself, like that is sad that you did want to kill yourself, but like holy crap. And then like when he actually talks to the CEO of this company, like he's like, no, you, I don't give a fuck about what you have to say, like you have to listen to me, you're listening to me, I don't need your stupid advice or whatever. He was like basically telling him like what he needs to say, or like trying to like control like what he was saying, and just like, can you like not like what like but like anyways, like I don't know, I feel like for Black Mirror it's not very um like in depth or advanced for an episode. It just feels like a lot of it just feels like a deep police investigation that could easily take place in like any other show. I mean, some of the police investigation like protocol is like, okay, well, I mean, they're a little technologically advanced with like how they can track it and they can track the scene of the crime, like, and listen in on the call and listen to what they're saying in their car when they're being held hostage. I mean, I guess that's kind of cool to see that, but like, I don't know, it just wasn't like, it didn't really stand out as like having a lot going on. I mean, it was like fun and intense to watch, but like, I don't know, it just didn't like stand out a ton, and like it didn't end well. It didn't end well, but like I'm not really that like disappointed about that. That's not like a reason that I would say for it to like be considered bad. It's just like, I don't know. I just feel like it's really just a giant PSA for saying, "Hey guys, don't look at your phone while you're driving because that'll get your fiance killed, and that'll make you go crazy and want to capture somebody from said company to talk to the CEO of a company." Like, wow, like okay. I guess, it's possible someone could do that because like they feel so like wronged by the company, and like it's possible it could escalate that far if there's really someone that like wasn't like in danger. But like Jesus, like they went so many lengths just to have this one really really like um deep moment where the guy is like, yeah, I was looking down at my freaking phone and my fiance got killed because I got in a car crash because I was looking at my phone and at a damn comment. Like, okay, like, yes, we get it. Going on your phone while you're driving is not good. Um, I acknowledge that myself. But, like, okay. Like, geez. Like, I don't know. It just felt like over the top. I don't know. And like at the same time, like, dude, like, why are you like pinning this on literally everyone else in this like episode? Like this one guy, Chris Gillaney, I think his name was. Like, why are you like pinning this on everyone else? You're the one who took out your phone and like looked at it and caused the car crash. And he said something about like, oh, why is it like addictive, or why is it like that? I mean, it might be addictive, but at the end of the day, it's like it's your like choice as to whether or not you want to like look at your phone and put yourself in danger. So I don't know. I don't know. That's just like a whole nother like opinion based thing around that. But like either way, not that entertaining. I mean, not it was entertaining. I will say that's what I meant to say. But like I don't know, there just wasn't like a ton going for it. Like and like okay, so far we have Mary. I keep saying thinking Mary, Rachel, Jack, and Ashley too. I put that in definitely the top five best Black Mirror episodes. So I think in there I had San Junipero, White Bear. I want to say White Christmas. Maybe I can't even remember. It's been a while. Black Museum might have been in there, I think. Yeah, but like, and when I think about those episodes, I think it does like belong around those. And then like Smithereen, um, definitely not top 10, but also like I've had episodes like, was it Man on Fire, or like the entire history of you, that I just like did not like at all, or like what was it, like the one with like the political things, the Hated in the Nation or whatever. Like those aren't good episodes, but like I wouldn't say that this one belongs in that category. I think it's like it might be like just shy of like the top 10, like around where like Nosedive is, for me. But anyways, next episode, Striking Vipers. I do have a number of things to say about this episode. It was a good episode. I enjoyed the acting in it with Anthony Mackie. He was a good actor in it, and his uh, the the other actor who plays Carl and the wife Theo, like they're all great. Like in the episode, about like, I mean, there's just like, I mean, it's not I really don't know a whole lot to say about this episode. Like, I'm still like thinking about like what to really think about in far as like an opinion on this episode. I mean, like, it was definitely entertaining and fun to watch. Bizarre, yes, pretty bizarre. Unrealistic as far as like how far video games could go with like being able to simulate yourself inside the game and like literally be inside the game. Like that's a little far fetched. Not that like I know that I know that Black Mirror isn't always like realistic, but like guys, he stuck a thing like this big inside his temple, and then he was like what? That's kind of weird. Like okay, like does that work like that though? Like okay, like how does that even work? Does it like penetrate your skull and like does it like zap your brainwaves or something that like causes you to be like simulated in the game? Like I don't know, but like you know, I will say first of all, like I found it weird that they flash back like 11 years when this guy like first met his girlfriend at like a bar, and then like it was like 11 years later. Like what? Why did you need that like introduction? Like okay, like Jesus. And like he still like knew this guy who he had known like when he first met her, and he's the guy who like introduced him to this like crazy video game that causes him to be like simulated, and it just makes him, and like there's some like questionable logic going on here as well, because basically what happens is he gets like simulated inside this game and basically just wants to like have sex with like this girl in the game, but it's not like they're having sex. It's just like they're simulating themselves in the game and then having sex with each other in the game, which is weird because for one, it's a fighting game. Why would they be able to have sex in the fighting game? And shouldn't there be like a time limit for it? And how does that even work with like going outside of the stage, or like how are they cognizant of being able to do that, or like I don't even know. Like there's just so many like questionable things in like logic about that. Really, when you think about it, it's just like that doesn't make any sense. Like if it ever goes that far, like I really don't know how that would work. Like I don't think that would work. That's not gonna work. You can't literally simulate yourself inside a game. You can like have like a thing that goes over you so that like you can like punch, like pretend to like punch like in real life, like imagine I'm the fighter and I can like punch and kick and like do things like that if I'm on VR. Yeah, sure. Like and you can like attach things to your legs that like make you like able to do that. But you can't attach something to your brain. It literally makes you like inside the game. Like that's just so weird. Like, oh my god. And then like and then like he like basically what happens is since they were like having sex, like he like Carl, this guy like wanted more of it because like he found that like he wanted to be with like him and no one else for some reason. And like that was interfering with his relationship, which is an interesting like development to see like how it affected Anthony Mackie's character and then how it affected Carl. I think Anthony Mackie's character, his name was Danny, but anyways, it was interesting to see how it affected that and like what it did to him and like the whole story development on that. Like the story itself is cool to see how it unravels. It's not like bad. Like it's a good story. It's just like there's questionable like points of logic in the episode really that you just really have to look at and be like, is that right though? Like you're like, what? And like at one point, like towards the end, they like meet and ask to like kiss each other because they thought like maybe they felt something for each other because like they felt something for each other in the game, but then they didn't feel anything, which if they did feel something, like that would have gone completely differently, like the like they would have gotten in a relationship and then obviously him and his girlfriend would have broken up, and then like it would have just been them, and then like, but no, it's just like it's just in the game. Like it's like he just desires the feeling of being a woman, and he just desires like what it feels like to have sex like that. I guess I don't know. Maybe he likes the feeling of being a woman and like having sex that way, and like maybe like the other guy wants to have it because of like how he feels with her. Like, but I don't know. It's a fighting game. It's not a sex simulation game. Like, guys, striking vipers, not have sex with blonde woman game. Like, fuck. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, And then like, it does have a good ending. I mean, I'll give it that. I like how it ends with basically she lets him like continue to play the game, which is like kind of surprising. Like she lets him have sex like here and there while she like goes out and I don't know has a one night stand with a guy. Like I don't know. Either way, like, yeah, like woo, like but either way, like you know, the story's like just so crazy. Like, but like it's good. It's good. You know, I enjoyed it. I enjoy the entertainment value for it. But it's just when you think about like how everything works out into that, like it's just bizarre, like and really like illogical actually. But that's that. I would put that one somewhere in my top 10 because it was a really entertaining episode. It's just that when you start to analyze it, you're like, why? Like that doesn't make any sense. But you know, it's still in the top 10 nonetheless. But you know, it is what it is. It was still a really good story. But either way, next thing I wanted to talk about is Bandersnatch. Bandersnatch is actually pretty good. I won't lie. It's pretty good. I liked it actually. I liked it. It was Bandersnatch is more meta than you might ever think. And oh, and by the way, if you haven't seen Bandersnatch yet, you can just like stop watching the video here. It's up to you. But like I have to say, like Bandersnatch is like more meta than like you would ever imagine in the fact that like it's a choose your own adventure episode, but like it's really meta and it's like self-aware and it's like scary how self-aware it is with the fact that it's a choose your own adventure game. You would find out when you watch it, but like basically like eventually the characters in the show acknowledge that you are making the choices for them, and they're feeling like they're being controlled as to like what they can do. Like, can I do this? Like, nope, you can't. Like that's so crazy to think, and like the game is some of it's like really creepy at times, and some of it's like funny, with like how it tells its story and what unfolds, and you know it does. You know, ultimately, there's really only one ending because one ending does give you like credits when you finally get there, and that ending is ultimately pretty sad. I would have to say, but you know that's the actual ending. Like there's multiple endings where you can like go to the end credits afterwards, but like technically like there's really one ending where it's actually like the ending where it like shows you the credits like the moment you get to the ending where you don't have to select the credits, which is it's weird, but like you know there are some things that are wrong about it in a sense. Like one of the things is like it's kind of frustrating when like like if you watch it you think you'll figure out the right path to choose and it'll be the wrong one, and then you'll have to go back again and choose the right one until you can finally get to this end part, which is I would say like the one like bad thing about it. Like that's the only really bad thing about it. Like other than that, like the story is really entertaining. It's really dark, creepy, also like confusing at times because basically this guy is creating a choose your own adventure game. He's creating a choose your own adventure game in the year 1984, and he's creating it, but at the same time he's in a reality where he's kind of also being controlled, perhaps by us, perhaps by the world around him. Hard to say, but either way, he feels like he's being controlled as well, which is like a cool like double thing going there. I don't know what to say about that, but it's like it goes both ways, which is really cool. So he's trying to create a choose your own adventure game, but then he realizes like he's in a choose your own adventure game. I guess it's considered a game, even though it's Netflix. But like either way, it's pretty wild. It unravels to get pretty crazy with him finding out about everything and what unfolds and how he finds out and like it's it's nuts. I'd say it's pretty entertaining to watch, and if you haven't watched it, I would recommend watching it. But yeah, it's I'd say give it a chance. It's really not that bad. Um, you know, there was some really funny parts in it as well. There wasn't a ton of really funny parts, but there was really funny part. Let's just say choose Netflix. Just choose Netflix, and then get the guy to talk to his therapist. It's hilarious. It is hilarious what unfolds after that. Just choose Netflix. When it gives you the Netflix logo, choose Netflix. That's all I have to say. Is choose Netflix. But like, it's so memey. Like at times, God, and like it's memey because it's extremely meta. Like I said before, but that's what makes it also really funny. But it's wild, and like the guy who plays Colin with the blonde spiky hair is pretty good as well. Like he explains like this is the world we live in, the world where like you can change your reality or something like that. Like whoa, like yeah, it's crazy, but like so yeah, like it's a good episode or a good film, good Black Mirror thing, nonetheless. I would say I would have to say, hmm, where would I place that? Uh, probably probably maybe like just above like the top 10, but like pretty close to it. Maybe even in the top 10. I don't know. Hard for me to say for that, but like I mean, it is kind of annoying how like when you get something wrong, like you have to go back and like it kind of like it'll kind of like fast forward through the parts like but you still have to like go back and choose and be presented with the same choices again and then choose the right one, which is kind of like ugh, why do I have to do this again? But like that's just me being like impatient with it. But like if you stay along for the ride, it is really fun and entertaining. So I will say that. Well, but that's my review on all of these new Black Mirror episodes and as well as the film. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video and my take on all of this. So leave a comment with your own thoughts about any of these episodes or film, and I'll see you guys in the next video.